So after we've inventoried all of our tools, we can then take this packet of strips that will create this grid work, okay? And again, you have 3 taped together pieces. This one has pieces of tape at both ends. It's one way to differentiate this from the others, but the big one are that there are these notches, okay? And when we put it together, it will look like this. So I'm going to demonstrate. Take off the tape. This is a satisfying part of this project because it's the first part. It's one of the easiest parts, and you get the most gain out of it quickest. So what I do is I take a strip. You see that there's 2 notches on the ends, okay, and then one about every almost 1 3/4 inches. So what I do is I lay the first one down with all the strips with the notches pointing up. I'm gonna put it in this orientation here so maybe you can see better. And then I'm gonna take this first notch of either end, it's the same from one end to the other, and I'm going to put it in the first notch of that one. So we end up with this, first notch to first notch. And then I'm gonna grab one after the other, and I'm gonna put the first notch in the next notch. And I'm just going to keep going down this row. I'm going to try not to use the word notch anymore. Or maybe less. And I'm just going to complete this. That's all 7 pieces. Now I'm going to flip it over. And this is a little tricky. This little piece right here is pretty delicate, but you just want to slip them together, take a look at it, and you can finesse that in there. And just do one after the other. And it's, you know, it's tight. It's supposed to be tight. Super simple. And pretty satisfying. And this is one of the reasons, this right here is actually the reason why Kumiko kits are so expensive. It takes a lot to get set up to mill these strips and to cut those notches accurately to create the grid work. But now the grid work's done. Now we can actually use all those tools in the container to create the cuts that fit in these squares.